about Feng Shui is looking at the symbols of people's homes. William Morris said, and you've all heard, you know, the home really is the metaphor of the self. I love looking at the stories that are encapsulated in the way that people design their spaces, lay out their furniture, the colours they use, just everything, the artwork they have, everything is telling that client's story. For me, it's like going in and it's the same as being able to read someone's palm. Just look around, look in all the areas of the bagua and you think, yep, you can see it all. And dreams are the same thing. You know, as the external world represents the internal, so our deep internal represents the external. So we're working with the same language. Your language of your dreams is the language of symbol, metaphor, archetypes. A picture tells 1,000 words. And there's another interesting relationship, I think, between Feng Shui and dreams. When Feng Shui became really, really big in the UK in terms of the media, in about the early 1990s, and I write for the Daily Mail, God help me now, so I have to be careful what I say, but the Daily Mail particularly portrayed it in a very kind of, what should we say, frivolous manner. And they would talk a lot about toilets and, you know, it's all about keeping the loo seat down and all the rest of it, and there wasn't really much else as far as they could see to do with Feng Shui other than keeping the loo seat down. But fascinatingly enough, now I'm a dream columnist for the Daily Mail, the most common dream, i.e. every week I get at least 3 or 4 of these, the most common dream from Daily Mail straw poll readership are toilet dreams. Yeah. Absolutely true. So it's an interesting relationship, but basically in terms of this emotional connection between your dreams and what you're clearing, biologically, we obviously all need to eliminate as human beings. That's a biological function. So dreaming of toilets is literally a symbolic representation of the emotional clutter that you need to be letting go of, the baggage that you need to get rid of, and that is absolutely the meaning of that dream in some way. So there's a good connection there. To understand this whole world of dreams and how it relates and how we can work with it from a Feng Shui perspective. And by the way, I actually got into dreams through Feng Shui. One of my teachers, and I'm very blessed, a lot of teachers here, Feng Shui Society is fantastic, been around for ages, and I would love to honour the person who told me this, but I honestly can't remember who it was. So whoever they were, and if they do know, I do honour you, in spirit at least, actually just said, oh, if you're going to a consultation, ask for a dream first. Just, you know, ask for a dream about the house you're going to heal and whatever. And I've done that for years, and since I've been doing Feng Shui consultations, and it's extraordinary because it always works. I always get a dream, and it's always related to the client and the home. So those are a couple of ways that we can work with dreams. In terms of your inner bagua, I'm going to go through this very, very quickly because you probably won't be able to read it off that slide. And you want your instinctive response to this, so 2 seconds, that's all it'll take. Area 1, where do you, on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is pretty lousy and 10 is fabulous, just intuitively write the numbers down for the 9 areas of the bagua, starting with career, your journey in life, your purpose, your mission. Where are you on that scale? First number that comes to your head. Relationships, primary relationships, relationships with your nearest and dearest, colleagues and workshop. Fantastic, get on, arguing all the time, are you single or in a relationship? What's your intuitive response to that right now? Scale of 1 to 10, 1 being lousy, 2 being fantastic. 3, family, ancestors. What's your relationship with your family like? Do you get on well with them, haven't spoken to them for years? What would you say, where would you see your ability to respond to your teachers, your lineage, where you've come from in effect? What's your response to that on a scale of 1 to 10? Are you lucky? I mean, wealth, we seem to think of wealth as money, but really for me the area of 4 in the bagua is about luck. Do you feel blessed? Do you feel lucky? Do you feel filled with gratitude every day? It's not necessarily about whether, you know, what cash flow you've got in the bank. What's your intuitive response to that, 1 to 4? In the middle, the Tai Chi is 5, the number of health. Vital life force, energy, ability to get up, do work, do what you want to do in life, to be filled with passion and love. Scale of 1 to 10, where are you right now? 6, helpful friends, travel. Are you a helpful friend to others? If you were, you know, having a crisis at 3 in the morning, is there someone you could ring? Is there a neighbour you could speak to? Is there somebody you could call? Or you've got helpful friends? Do you have a good relationship with your neighbours? Do you travel and learn and be creative in life? Just again, what's that intuitive response on a scale of 1 to 10? 7, creativity in children. Biggest act of creativity is having a child, probably so. There's plenty to work with on that one. What's your creative ability? What are you like with projects, getting on with things, looking at different ways of working? Where do you feel you are on that? Are you experiencing difficulties? That 8, our personal development, our self-development. Inner wisdom. Do you spend time in meditation, reflection, being quiet, learning, studying, developing you, looking at your own psychology? On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you now? And finally, but by far not least, 9, our fame and fortune. If you're on the right path in life, we tend to get remunerated for it. It's not about being famous out in the world, it's about being respected and well known for what you do and what you love. Where do you feel you are in being recognised as a human being and giving value out in the world? What I want you to be aware of is the 3 lowest scores that you just came up with on that quick list. And I want you to actually, not necessarily today because we're sort of moving through this, but just be aware, and particularly kind of going on from here, where your dreams are. Because your dreams will tend to relate to the 3 lowest areas that you've just given that score on. Because that is where your unconscious is holding the emotional baggage and is going to be processing it. So you can work with that in 2 ways. We can work with the dream itself, or you can look at where those areas of the bagua are in your home and see what's there. Look at the external, change the internal, or work with the internal to change the external. Both will work. That's the beauty of all of this. So how do we clear this inner clutter? So stress and tension has a huge amount to do with both the nature of the dreams that you have. Incidences of nightmares will increase in people that are stressed, extremely tense. And tension, in a sense, comes from being who we think we ought to be. You know, what the world tells us we need to be. We hold tension when we're trying to be something that we're not. So one of the things is to turn up in an authentic way, to turn up and be yourself. I think we need to do so much more of that in life. Stress physically kills brain cells. Not good. We want to hold on to a few of them every now and again. And so one of the ways in terms of helping you clear this emotional clutter in terms of going to sleep is relax before bed. Calm down. Don't have hot baths. Hot baths less than 2 hours before bed will tend to raise our energy, raise the tension levels in our body, and makes us too hot to sleep. We need to be cool. We need to be much more in that yin environment and calming down in that way. And also the junk in our room. Look at your actual physical environment. If the last thing you just see, go to bed and see before you go to sleep, and believe me, I go to lots of houses and I do see this, is a pile of ironing, right, with the ironing board all set up, not conducive to a good night's sleep in my view, or a pile of junk or a whole load of work that you need to do the next morning, then that's likely to influence your dreams. That's likely to cause that anxiety, because it's like you're going to sleep and the last thing you're thinking of, because you go through a stage of hypnosis as you go into sleep. So whatever you program your mind with, the last thing before you do go to sleep, is what is going to influence your dreams. So if you bother to think, oh, I want to know about my dreams. Oh, dreams, hello, where are you? Read a book about dreams. Think about dreams. Start to engage with your dreams. They never disappeared. You'll just start to notice them because they've always been there and now they'll show up. Use creative power naps. This is a fantastic little technique. If you want to, again, good excuse for an afternoon nap. If you've got a problem working on an email, working on a report, working on a difficult situation, literally think about it and just go into a sort of 20-minute kind of power nap. You can do this. Salvador Dali and Isaac Newton used to do this. You can actually do this in another way, where you hold something heavy in your palm, because we go through a hypnagogic state as we're going into sleep. And literally, as you go to sleep, your muscles will relax at the optimum mind. The heavy object will drop on the floor, wake you up. Write down everything then. Because your optimum time for that might be 17 minutes, yours might be 25 minutes. So using that, it allows you to get there in all of that way. And the quickest, simplest way to program your dreams for solutions is simply to ask the question when you're going to sleep, is what do I most need to know about my relationship, my home, this client's opinion, this problem I'm dealing with, and see what shows up. Often they may turn up over 3-4 nights of dreaming, and you can ask the same question. That really was an absolute whistle-stop tour of the dreaming mind.